Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And for your Friday, a mid-rank madness. Yeah, I know it's Fracture, it's an older patch, but it was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of mid-rank madness, and my screener, Dawn, chose it. So it's going to be an amazing game, and we'll see what happens. Bottom right-hand corner, the red Rotoz player, IceFang. Really appropriate for this map. It's so snowy and blizzardy. In the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Zerg player, Mino. I'm going to call him Mino. I know it could be Mino, but Mino in Malagasy means to believe. And that's what I'm going to see it as, basically. So to believe here, Mino versus IceFang on Fracture. I'm going to be honest, another reason I'm casting this is I love snowy maps, and I wish we had more of them in the map pool. I don't know, man. It takes me back to Brood War. The snowy map concept did not exist until Brood War was released. StarCraft 1 had been out for a few months already, and then Brood War came out later. That's how expansions used to work, is... Oh, look at this hiding drone. It used to be a game would be released, and then they'd be like, here's a full expansion 6 months later. It was kind of amazing. Anyway, check out this block. The drone comes in, says, nuh-uh, you're not going to expand here. In fact, oh, he gets the hatch down, cancels it, and tosses down an evolution chamber. Whoa! Mino getting the plays off. What a start this has been already. Meanwhile, he gets his expansion down. He is throwing down a spawning pool back home, which is fine. Pulled a bit of drones off of the line to do whatever he needed to do with that probe. Maybe far too many, but that said, this is amazing. Look at the cannon that IceFang is tossing up to deal with this. Oh, this is amazing. Look at the block. IceFang's not able to expand. He has to throw it up a cannon. In response, his Cyber Core is a little bit late. There's a Zealot just about to pop here. He's going to hack away at the Evolution Chamber. 2 Broodlings will come out of this thing, and maybe they can pick off a probe or 2 if they're controlled correctly by Mino. I mean, so far so good. Hatcheries, man. Hatchery proxies make me so happy. Yeah, the thing is, get the probe. Got the probe. Look at that surround. That was great. Ooh. This one too, maybe? Ooh, nope, they expired first, but bruised him severely. Now, IceFang needs to expand. You have a build. I know it's been messed up, but you need to expand it now. Do you have the resources to do so? Absolutely not. All right, cool. Mino is not really making drones is the problem. Making 2 at a time, which is all right. And here comes the expand. There it is. All right, so it's a little bit later. It was a nice little harassment there, but good times had by all. Right, so this is Midrank Madness. This is my every other Friday or Saturday, depending where you are in the world. It's an examination of, let's see, what are the rules here for this one currently? It's going to be Platinum and Diamond is what we're looking at here. Plat and Diamond level replays sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Midrank Madness, or added to my Submit a Replay channel in my Discord server. Link in the description. Oh my gosh, doesn't have anything. Drones are forced to fight for their own lives here. Meanwhile, escaped as well, and then Queen finished her off. Yep, Queen finished her off there. So, geez, did you not make any lings whatsoever? Wow, Mino's like, you know what? I can't afford to make Zerglings. We're going to lose a ton of drones here because we have no interest in making lings at this stage. I'm going to wait for the Roach War to complete. Lings are bad, Roaches are good, and honestly, fine, but you got to have some Zerglings, and you got to also micro this Queen. This guy will hack and slash and get you. Seriously, the Queen's gonna die. The drones are trying to help. Oh, all right, fair enough. Another Queen shows up. Fantastically wonderful. Our Zealot buddy does have 4 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills before finally taken down there. That is just... Man. Alright, I'm going to say that IceFang is up right now. He's got 5 drones down. Only lost 1 probe. Yes, his expansion was blocked a little bit, but otherwise I think he's going to be okay. Workers is 30 to 28. Mino finally expanding for a 3rd base. You know what? If you had some Zerglings, you could have expanded a while ago. Ah! And going for a lair at 4 minutes. Alright, so Mino has some plans. Still, I'd like to point out, absolutely no attacking units. No lings, no roaches at all. Mino's entire plan for his life right now is to get all the way up to Hive without making any attacking units whatsoever. Queens and static defense only, and I'm not convinced this is going to work out all that well. Probe scouting. Why are you probe scouting at 5 minutes? I mean, it's sure, you're going to see the third. That's really nice scouting there, friend. But honestly, send out a zealot or something? I guess probes are faster. That's fair. Oh, and then you throw down a pylon up here. Okay. Turnabout is fair play, I suppose. An evolution chamber showed up in your natural. Might as well throw down a pylon out there at the third base of Mino. See, here we go. This is where your strategy of not making any attacking units comes. It causes you problems. There's 2 roaches in production. So 2 roaches and 2 queens should be enough to handle this, I want to say. If you focus correctly here, Adept does get focused down there. More stalkers are showing up here. The micro out of IceFang is pretty great, and Mino is actually supply blocked. That's not great news at all. And here we go, the slow warp-ins and a cannon aired from IceFang. This hatchery could be in a spot of trouble, lads. That's because Mino, again, refuses to build units. He's got some lings and roaches. There we go. He made a bunch of stuff here. So Zealot down. And with the queens helping, nice transfuse actually tossed down there. Is this prior to the transfuse? It is prior to the heal over time change to transfuse. That's incredible. This is an old game for sure. Cannon down. Roaches down too, though. And Stalker eats it. All right, fine. Mino barely manages to hold on to his third base. Took a lot of damage in the process. Has lost a lot of stuff, but you know what? It's 1,000 resources lost for Mino and 1,200 for IceFang. So far so good. I mean, Mino making a bunch of roaches really should be droning up. Traditionally, how this works is if you hold off an attack, you drone up, right? Especially if you hold it off and kill the Protoss army. If your Protoss army pulls back, maybe don't drone up, maybe make army. But if you manage to kill most of them and they flee back home, drone your face off. That's what you got to be doing right now. You want to get up to more than 29 workers at the 6-minute mark. IceFang's at 48 himself. Again, I just feel like IceFang is ahead. He's lost a little bit more, but overall been probing successfully for a while. 2 probes at a time, consistently being made here. Third Nexus coming in. Overlord scouts in to see what is up over here. Look at this Overlord spread. He's got Overlords everywhere. He's pooping creep on bases, trying to prevent easy expansions later on. This is pretty fantastic, of course. I mean, ooh, block it, block it, block it. Where are you going? All right, I guess running away? Sure, why not? Running away. Okay, and we're going for a Nidus. So, Mino's going for a Nidus. What the heck was the state of Nidus in this patch? Is the Nidus Swarm invincible while it's erupting? It might be that long ago, you guys. We'll see. I have to assume we'll see a Nidus Swarm at some point. It would make no sense at all. If we made a Nidus network and didn't use it, it's Chekhov's gun, right? If there's a gun in the first act, it must be fired in the second act, and same thing. If there's a Nidus network in the first 7 minutes, there must be Nidus worms somewhere later on in the game. I'll be incredibly depressed if there are not any. But yeah, we got Immortals out. Immortals, such a fantastic unit. Really, just worth its weight in gold there. Very gas heavy in that cost, but again, worth it. Is my professional opinion. Overlord here for spawning locations to throw down worms inside the main base, possibly. Hydralisk Den on the way. Mino needs to get a 4th base. Mino needs to get workers. 42 workers at 8 minutes is not enough. Trying to tech up too much here. And just not doing it very well, unfortunately. Making 18 lings! Oh boy. Oh, and here's our Nidus. Alright, is that? Yeah, man, that's invincible. That is an invulnerable Nidus Swarm erupting. Flashback for all you guys, all you Protoss and Terran out there who are like, no, invincible Nidus Worms, I hate them. But then it erupts and dies instantly, because nice recall. IceFang shuts that down hard, and the Overlord dies too. Overseer cruising in for reasons I don't understand. Yeah, Mino not really doing this super duper well. This is a very, very strange game for sure, but a lot of good back and forth action, which is one of the things that I look for here. Mino's got a 4th base up north at the 12 o'clock position. Ling's cruising in, and they want to kill this pylon real bad. And maybe prevent a base from coming up down here too with a single Zergling. That'd be very impressive. Nidus actually coming up here. A burrowed Ling is here, so Mino not really macroing well, but has some kind of cool ideas. I really enjoy them, to be honest. The entire army, again, heading down this way to shut down this Nidus. And yes, you cannot stop it from erupting, but you can kill it once it does. Zergling's cruising on into the main base, trying to get some harassment down here, and by golly, they might do some work, although there is a cannon. The Lings can't really decide what they want to do, and as a matter of fact, they don't really do much of anything at all, but burrow inside the main base to try to hide. That's beautiful stuff. This burrowed Ling got killed. I assume there's detection. There have to be observers out here with the Protoss army, right? Yeah, there's an observer. Is it with here is the question. And it is. Ah, there it is. Once it's been highlighted, it's much easier to see. Warp Prism, shenanigans. Mortals? Yep, Immortals. Alright, well, Hydra Queen actually not bad here. And yeah, one Immortal down, and yes, one Immortal by itself is very lonely in this world. A warping inside the main base of Zealots. Trying to make some stuff happen. Another Nidus here, but nothing in it. Unload the Nidus! Alright, well, some units get out. It might be enough to actually cause some problems for this Immortal. But the rest of the army is able to come back here and handle it too. Nope, trying to get back, trying to hide around, I suppose. But yeah, the Roaches and Lings handled the warping inside the main base. I think the Warp Prism probably got sniped off at some point. And yes, it does show up on the list of dead units. IceFang is trying to expand to a 4th base, but guess who's here? Mino is here, wandering on in with a bunch of Roaches. Do you have upgrades on these guys at all? He's got +2 missile attack. And +1 attack for the Lings and the Hydra. So forcing a cancel. Mino's coming back, you guys. He was not looking good in the early stages, but he is making some stuff happen, which is with timely attacks. He really can't stand up to this entire army. He's going to try and lose everything, which is problematic for your chances to win this game. Yeah, that's a lesson right there. If you are attacking and a significantly better army shows up versus your attacking force, just run. Just go home. Like, staying there to die doesn't do you any good. If you have those units for later attacks, it's a much better experience. Another Nidus coming up here on the right side. I believe this is when Nidus Swarms cost 100 gas to erupt. So this is really costing Mino quite a bit here. IceFang is done with the shenanigans. IceFang is going to try to go for it and maybe counterattack and just win at this stage. Army supply is 74 to 25 right now. IceFang is killing it. 8 Immortals, 9 Stalkers, 5 High Templar versus 4 Hydralisks, and 22 Zerglings. But because Mino's consistently throwing up Nidus Worms, IceFang is really worried about these and comes home. Yeah, man, IceFang, if he does attacks here, he wins. Attack there, win, attack there, win, attack there, win. It's a lot of winning. Oh, now there are Lurkers, though. Lurkers problematic, although detection exists and a ton of Immortals are here. I really don't know how Mino can come back and win this game. I know it's only 12 minutes in, but by golly. Yeah, look at these storms. IceFang is just melting everything. The Lurkers are here, though. And you know what? If the Immortals aren't focusing down the Lurkers are doing a ton of work versus the Immortals. That's the trick. Is to deal with Lurkers, you gotta have the Immortals focusing on them. Did they get the Observer? Nope, the Observer's with the army. Again, I don't know why Mino was pulling back here. Another Nidus erupted. Alright, fair enough. And guess what? There's one down here too, dude. Zerglings cruising in to try to take down this cannon that has, by the way, a shield battery helping with it. And as a result, IceFang's able to shut this down. Yeah, this is just... IceFang has this game won. He's at 170 supply. How many Nidus Worms have died? Should we guess real quick? 5. It's 5. Not guessing. 5. Expanding along the top side for a 4th base. Mino's replacing his 4th base. There's your eruption. And what's even in this? Oh, the Lurkers are here. And look who's coming home. There's the recall. Then everybody gets out. Look at that. I think one of the Lurkers died, but everybody else gets out and recalls the entire army home. Mino, is he going to win this thing just through sheer Nidus shenanigans? Why is he making another Nidus network? Did he lose? He didn't lose his because there's one here already. And there's one there too. All right, man. Whatever you're into, multiple Nidus networks seem totally fine. Mino is teching into Mutalisk, which, with the number of Immortals on the ground, not a bad idea, but the number of Stalkers is 25, so maybe not what you want to be doing here. The constant harass is absolutely insanely good. Look, he gets on in. He gets a bit of a surround on the cannon. Eventually, the energy is going to run off on that shield battery, and everything is going to die. But check this out. IceFang is up north. He's wrecking another hatchery. The same one he's killed earlier, by the way. Some probes are dying down here, too. Good pull by IceFang getting on out. Look at this. He's sending the whole army back to deal with these Zerglings. This game should have been over 4 minutes ago. But that's what makes Midrank Madness a ton of fun, is that you don't know. You don't know this stuff. IceFang is just worried about keeping his stuff alive. And Mino is worried about throwing up as many Nidus Worms as he Zergly can. Look at this. The army's ready to go. They're ready to win this thing. And then... is there even anything in here? Yes. Ooh, a lurker does die to these charge lots. But then the rest of them are out. And this is kind of working a little bit. Mutalisks harassing back here at the 4th base. We got lurkers and hydras inside the main. Mino is actually kind of doing some damage here. Gonna try to kill as many probes as possible, and then maybe just go home would be not a bad idea to just go home. Yeah. Lurker, unburrow and go home. No, didn't do it. Did not do it. These mutas are causing major problems for the probe count. It is 34 probes, or 35 probes that have been killed, rather, and suddenly it's 67 to 45 workers. IceFang is down. Wait, what is this one lurker doing? Dying. Dying, it would seem. Alright, well, more Mutalisks in production. These guys do manage to get out. Tissue regeneration helps them get back to full health very quickly. Army supply is still 142 to 79. I mean, this IceFang should have had this thing won a while ago. I'm going to say that on my deathbed. People will say, Falcon, what do you remember from your life? And I'll say, remember that game where IceFang should have won that thing at the 12-minute mark and just refused to do so? And every Nidus made him come all the way back home? Watch. I mean, sure, they got a hatch. That's really good stuff. But look! Ah! Recall! Everybody run! There are 4 Zerglings and 2 Hydras in my base. Which you handled without having to bring the entire army back home or recall anything. Mino's harassment has been incredible this game. It's been really good. The problem is he's going to lose all these Hydras. I mean, mostly all of the Hydras. Only 2 remain. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but... yeah, okay. Nidus Worm count. We're at 9. We're at 9 Nidus Worms. Look at these mutas harassing back here. Mino's got a Nidus up there. He's got a Nidus down here. IceFang feels a little bit surrounded. What Mino needs to do is expand. He needs a 5th base. He needs a 6th base. I know every time you do, bad things happen. But just keep expanding and keep throwing this Nidus Worms up, and IceFang will never try to kill you. Look! They saw it, and then they were like, we're good. A bunch of Lings come out, a bunch of Lings die. And some Lings get into the main base, where there's exactly 1 probe for them to kill. Nice warping. Nice block. That was beautiful. The Zealot stopped them from going anywhere, and they all die. Up against the Zealot. Mino's got a 5th base at the 18-minute mark. It is about time, Mino. About time to get one of these. I'm liking it. I'm not complaining. I'm telling you it's fantastic. You have 58 workers, which is a good number. Are you fully saturated on your bases? Yeah, oversaturated on most. And undersaturated there. Dude, transfer some probes. Some drones, rather. Transfer some drones up to this base as soon as you can. These mutas, 3 kills and 2 kills each. Again, forced to flee, as stalkers are pretty scary. And the stalkers do have +2 attack. So, I mean, yikes on that one. Oh, I did not see this. What is this Mutaflock? Ah, he splits them off too? Dude, Mino with the tech switch. Throwing down a Nidus at the same time. The problem with throwing down a Nidus in this location is, well, the army is out of position. Some swarm hosts are in the mix now. Mino. I don't know. I mean, I guess that prevents a recall, so that's kind of nice. But the army coming on in here. Nidus Worm erupts. Mutas attacking all over the place. What an insane game this is. Meanwhile, Locust strolling on into Mino's 3rd. Going to cause a major event there. Mutas fly out. Mutas come up this way. They should come up this way, but they're hanging out over here instead. As the attempt to try to take down the Nexus is going fairly well, but will not succeed nevertheless. Here are the mutas. This is what I'm talking about here, folks. More probes dying very quickly. IceFang's down to 37 probes. Mino has a base. He's not saturated at all. He's making 15 more Mutalisks. IceFang's problem is he's not making Phoenix at all. And even if you have Phoenix, it can be hard to deal with Mutalisks in this number. Get the Nexus! Get the Nexus! Oh my gosh, they didn't get the Nexus. Ling's cruising on in. Lurkers burrowing at Mino's 4th. This one's gonna die. IceFang says, alright, enough of these shenanigans. It is time officially to base race. I'm losing this Nexus just by proxy of getting stuff bounced off of it. This Nexus is done. My income is in the toilet. I think let the base race begin. Base racing against Mutas is actually not that bad. Pro tip of the day. As Muta DPS versus building is not the great, an Immortal DPS versus buildings is incredible. So yeah, we're gonna base race this sucker. This cannon's got some 2 kills, not too shabby. Zergling's killing all the probes that IceFang has. Is he down to 2 probes? IceFang, where are your probes, man? I don't know, but on the other side, the full might of the Protoss forces are here. Hatchery down. Nidus Worm down here for sure. Whatever reasons, I don't know. Mutalisks cruising into the main base, start to get that base race action down. They can't attack this army. There's too many Stalkers. With +2 attack, mind you. They should have +3, but it's fine. Where are these drones going? Ah! Drone massacre. Swarm hosts are like, we will aid you in your killing the Protoss buildings event. I mean, the good news for Mino is he's got, what are these? Are there stuff in here? No, just overlords. He's got 2 bases that IceFang does not know about, right? That is correct. He does not know about these at all. Boom, boom, boom. Locust really good at killing buildings traditionally. Yeah, army supply 148 to 90. Ooh, the Stalkers are coming home to deal with this. Oh, but the Ling count is kind of high as well. The Lings decide to head on out here. Maybe Lings plus Mutalisk is a good thing to do. Yeah, IceFang is horribly supply blocked. He's not building anything today. All right, here we go. Do you want to engage here? All right, so we're trying to supply block IceFang into the next century, which works out, and the Mutas do manage to escape. But the Zerg base is done. We know that. There's no question and no saving it here. However, if the Mutas can get home and dodge some storms, they could do some work on this base. No. No. This is not what you want to be doing. Head over here and kill this army. Yeah. All right, I'm loving this. No, do not get distracted by the assimilator. Don't do it. Just get out. Just go kill this army. Worry about the Stalkers later. You have tissue regeneration. If he wants to stay here and hide forever, you have the upper hand with your Mutalisk composition. Where's your army? The good news is that Mino has a mining base. He's got 2 mining bases if he would actually get some workers on there and do some stuff. He's got a lair. He's got another spire. Mino. He just needs gas. He's trying to get gas. Gas here would be amazing as well. Oh, he's doing the swarm host thing. That's so smart. That's so smart from Mino. And check this action out. All right, dodge. Get those sentries. Get those sentries. Getting the thing. The sentries. Great storm. Storming his own units a little bit there. So much storm. How much storm do you have left is the question. Enough for 1. How many more? Says Mino. 2 maybe? Oh, I think that's it. Ah, crap. Sentries are out. Mortals are out. Swarm hosts. Again, ooh, this is a good game. This is a good game. Oh, the Stalkers are here. They pick off a Mutalisk or maybe 2, but in the meantime, the Swarm hosts are wrecking your buildings, son. Who's going to try to kill them? The Zealots are going to try to kill them. Do you have detection? I'm realizing now. Oh, no. IceFang doesn't have detection. He needs to find these bases and kill them fast because he cannot take down these Swarm hosts at all. Does he have the he's got the tech for it, but he's horribly supply blocked. Mino's abilities to make sure that's the case have been really great. Swarm hosts of unburrowed. Stalker army coming down here to wipe this base out. Muta's a little bit distracted. Oh, we are base racing it for sure. Stalkers fighting on in. There's nothing. What? No. Swarm host. Swarm host. Swarm host. No. No! Mino just threw away those swarm hosts for absolutely no reason. Did he A-move swarm hosts? Oh, Mino, my Zerg heart pines and is in a lot of pain right now. Ah, those swarm hosts were your key to winning the game. Are you going to lose it now? No, there's no way. These are the buildings. These are the buildings that exist right now. Look at these broodlings taking down a stalker. That was amazing. Oh, stalkers come home to defend. Some of them. That's pretty good. That's pretty good splitting on the stalkers there. Spawning pool out. Muta's catching a couple stalkers out in the middle of nowhere. Minu's new lair is gone. These immortals, guys. 19 kills, 9 kills, 11 kills, 7 kills, 14 kills, 12 kills, 15 kills, 28 kills, 15 kills. Seriously, if you don't make like 10 immortals versus your Zerg opponent, I'm not sure what you're doing with your life. What are these drones doing? Are the drones here to fight? Interesting. Drones are here to fight. Additional bases coming up along the right side. That hatches toasts as well. Oh, Mino. Mino. Those swarm hosts were your salvation. They were everything to you. Oh man, if IceFang can hold this. This is getting an epic tag. Like, as a mid-rank madness game, this game might just get an epic tag regardless. Here we are. Muta's fighting, drones fighting, and you know what? It's going to be enough. The stalkers are not in number. IceFang is still up 82 to 32 supply, but the stalkers are the key here because nothing else he has can shoot up. Blinking away. I mean, this is like a micro challenge in StarCraft 2, but yeah, it's a stalker versus 16 mutalisks. Look at him throwing a hatch up there too. G, well played, says Mino. Not well enough, says IceFang. Aww. Close one, though. Heck yes. What an incredible game. And Mino with the come from behind victory makes it happen with exactly 16 mutalisks at the end of the game. 16. That's it. That's all he had. He had 16 mutalisks and 2 extractors, which, by the way, leaving this alive was a mistake. For IceFang. Where the heck is his other one? One here. One up here. Oh, okay. And then a hatch down here. Yeah, man. This might just get an epic tag regardless. That was incredible. What a really, really, really fun match that was. Okay, and again, the lesson to take away from this match is even if your opponent is nidusing you, if you're a huge, scary Protoss army and you're on the front door of your Zerg opponent, just go. Just go kill him. Like, if you want a base race, great. Base race to your heart's content, Zerg player. Go ahead and do that. We'll talk about it later. But at this point, Mino wasn't sending in huge floods of units. He was sending in like 6 lings and 3 roaches and a couple hydralisks, and he was warping in enough to deal with it. IceFang was. But it's still sending his whole army back anyway. And that lost him the game. That, without question, lost him the game. Just the fact that he wasn't able to move in and actually kill the Zerg player from, again, the 12-minute mark on is what we're talking about here. Consistently running home. Mino was able to keep pressure up by making 1 million Nidus Swarms. 17 Nidus Swarms. 17 in this 20-minute game. Also, like, moment of silence for those 10 Swarm hosts that, that Mino threw away for absolutely no reason. That was... didn't have to be as hard for Mino at that point either as it was, because the swarm hosts were the answer, because there's no detection for the Protoss. None available. Resources lost, 41,000 for Mino and 31,000 for IceFang. It is not often you see a game where the loser has lost 10,000 fewer resources than their opponent. That is an interesting aspect of this game for sure. 10 immortals died, but guess how many there still were? 12. There were 22 immortals in this game. Good storms there too, but storming mutas can be pretty hard if they're just kind of out in the open there. They can dodge wherever they want. Problematic. Only 26 zealots went down. I feel like that's a low number. 36 stalkers died. There were still 7 on the field? There were still 7 stalkers on the field. I feel like maybe they could have done something, but in the end, they did not. What a fun time that was. All right. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your mid-rank madness. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Ascensions before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascensions before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul, search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Aramulas. Antaranas. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramanaka. Oshara Sashina. Kinala Tu.